Alright. Now we move along with the day. Oh man, I forgot how many of those little potion things I have everywhere. It's out of hand. It's out of hand. Okay. So, there we go. I kind of like my new schedule. It hasn't changed the games I'm playing. It's the same variety. We even added one in and took one out because I took Oaken out because we'll play Oaken again at some point. Like, I'm planning to replace it, Slay the Spire, or Oracle with it. Oracle's probably going to be the one that goes out first. Compared to Slay the Spire, since Slay the Spire 1 has just been restarted. Anywho, but, and we still have one more difficulty level to play on this one. I think the only thing I need left is to finish out this tree, touch this one. We're just gonna put one on it. I might just put one on it right now just to touch on it. Because you can do this one infinitely, but I'm not doing it infinitely. I am content with that. But we'll get this one done. I want to grow all of the crystals, so we are missing crystal seeds. At least this one we're missing, because I know you can grow this one. We are missing, and then we're missing, obviously, this one. I don't know if you can grow this one. I don't know if this one's an only exclusive buy or not. I hope not. It'd be great if it wasn't. But, who knows? We currently are growing all of the herbs, so we have all of that. All we're doing now is just getting excess of them, just so I can have them on tab. There we go. Awesome. Alright, we start the day. Oh man, you look like out of all the peasants we have seen, you are the most peasant-looking peasant I've ever seen. I think my nose is too small. Is there a way to make it bigger? I need a potion made from no more than 2 ingredients, okay? How about 1 ingredient? He's willing to pay for 1,000 flat for that, dang! Fancy. Juice. Sorry. Okay. My head really hurts. It's keeping me awake. Do you have some kind of sleeping tonic that can help me? Yeah. I think it's behind your head. Nice. Don't sleep with the window open. That might be what's giving you a headache. You could be getting like a cold head. Very important. I need a potion to help me up high sheer cliffs. I want the potion's main ingredients to be windwheel, whirlweed. Sorry, not windwheel, whirlweed. I like the way it smells. I only want your strongest potion. Okay. Okay. I'll need to actually do this one. He wants to fly. He wants to fly. Hold up, wait. What's my flying potion use? Okay. Okay. I think this is the other time someone has asked for this. Okay. He wants a main ingredient to be that. So, that means we can have other ingredients. That's cool. I can work with that. That's how I thought. We could do this. We have a ton of crystals. We're not using them. He wants it to be the main ingredient. Now, this just gets us through. Makes us go straight up. We don't have to do anything extra. we'll pull it when we get closer to stuff. I'm gonna actually go all the way with this one. I shouldn't need all of it. But we'll, for that part at least. Good lord, vitamin D is so good. Getting a lot of, like, books from this, that's great. Okay, because I think I can pull this here and get it to go over. Maybe I can't. Maybe I need more. It's a good thing that I'm not using this as a main ingredient for anything in particular. Okay. Have we lined it up? Not quite. It's definitely getting there. Okay. Be fine. Well, we'll do a little bit of this. I hate to waste a whole herb for that, but he wants it as a main ingredient, not the only ingredient. How's that? It's a little bit risky, but it is a strong potion, and it is the main ingredient. I probably should have used that particular one. I probably should have used like the purple mushroom, but that one was just closer. That's why I grabbed it. I want to buy some kind of combat potion that I can throw at enemies from a distance. I need a potion that's made from two types of ingredients, no more. I need your best potion. Okay. Okay, you want acid. What you want? Acid? She likes acid more. What about bombing? No, she likes acid more. I figured acid would be the answer. What's the matter? What's the matter? Oh, you want his attention? You demand that he be beside you? This instant? You were so quiet yesterday. Now you're so demanding. Spoiled little princess. Uh-huh. Don't you look away from me. You know it's true. Alright. Okay, we got it. Oh! So aggressive. She's so rowdy now. I think she is worried because he's not here. Like, in the room. Alchemist, I'm shocked. I'm stocking up on useful potions for my journey. I do a lot of magic, so I almost always need mana potions. Can you help me? I love it when this base potion is used. It's wine. Make a potion like that. I only want your strongest potion. Spell bloom. I want this to be the main ingredient of spell bloom. Okay. I can see what I can do about that. Okay. Let me do this. And then we can do this maybe. Actually, hold on. Let me see about something. Yes, let's do this. I have reasons for this. Okay. I do this to pull it back a little bit. Definitely gonna need another one. Okay. Alright, and we'll do this. Oh, sorry, I just heard that. Heads up. Hi, thanks. I have my headphones around my neck and I heard the ping. And I was like, what is that noise in my head? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, so we definitely need to go just a tad bit higher. I go all the way. I probably shouldn't. It's a little risky to do that, but maybe it won't matter. It kind of doesn't look like it matters. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Now let's get some salts. I have some salts. I know I have the crystal salt, but I kind of want to save that for, like, really needed stuff. Really unrealistic stuff, you know what I mean? How's this? Perfect! She liked it. I did end up, like, adding, like, 1 or 2 extras, but having a little bit of extra flavoring isn't so bad. It's good stuff. Alright. Do you have a potion that will protect me from against poison? Only strong will work. Here, by the way, good berry is really gross. Don't add any. How dare you? That's one of my better ones. Disrespectful. You're lucky it's not in my potion to begin with. Because I don't see the point of why. But no! Disrespectful. She'd hate our youthful potion. It's nothing but that. I actually jammed my finger and it still hurts. Maybe you can help? I need a high quality potion. Don't add any more than 2 ingredients. I want a potion with multiple effects. Okay. Do you want cheese with that too? Maybe this. Okay, cool. Luckily it's not an expensive potion to have. There you go. There we go. Go, go. Out of my face. Out of my face. I need a potion that will help me fly over the walls of a fortress. Oh, look, he has no critiquing of it. He just wants a basic flying potion. Aren't you just a peach? We haven't had a vendor yet, have we? I'm a little... Have we just not gotten through that many customers? There's the vendor. I was like, maybe we just haven't got that many vendors, but maybe because they did ask for a lot. I've gathered some herbs and flowers. Would you like to look? Just replenishing what I already used. I don't see why not. I'm in desperate need of anything else. Everything else I can grow, I have seeds for it. So I'm just gonna hackle for the things I've used. Alright. Goodbye, my dear. Be safe. Hello. I'm going on to patrol in the swamp. That's full of venomous mosquitoes. Why? Why don't I don't... Why are you going as in that? And isn't there like proper materials for that? Like, I don't know if wanting to go through a swamp full of venomous mosquitoes in armor sounds very pleasant. I think you should just call it in. I want a potion with multiple effects. Ugh. Fine. What you said? I'm going to patrol sparks. Mosquito. Do you push me to protect against them? Okay. Where is it at? This one. There we go. I knew I didn't get rid of it. There we go. Make some money back on that. There you go. Have a nice day. Look, you guys are matching. You're wearing that like a jean blue, like a faded jean blue. I needed to enlarge a certain part of my body. What? Do you have anything I can rub on it? Look, if you're trying to like make your lips bigger, you could just say you want some lip gloss. Okay, just come on. Only your strongest push will work. Imagine if that was a thing. Okay. Real talk now. If they had a potion that would do enlarging stuff, right? Obviously, there'd be people trying to enlarge and shrink in different parts of the body they don't like their nose or hands, stuff like that. But you know for a fact that some guy is gonna buy it as a joke, bring it into the tavern with his friends, and then they're gonna sit there and try to dab a little bit of shrinking or enlarging potion on each other's faces to make themselves look goofy. And they're gonna be sitting there with their beers, gawking and making a scene and acting like a bunch of old children, or like a big children just sitting there playing. I can see it now. I can see, like, this potion's meant to be used for, like, important cosmetic effects, maybe even for disasters, and they're sitting there toying with it because they want to make their face look like real-time filters. You know, I'm just saying. I want to change charge my staff with fire magic to a potion that will help me. I've heard fireweed is really bad for this. Don't put any in it. I put bellweed in it, or bellflower, because I'm lazy and I could do almost any other kind of plant now. I've got like 2 other plants I can use to theoretically replace it. I just don't want to. I need a potion that will protect me against sunburn. Okay, that's fair. No more than 1 type of ingredient. Yeah. I only use 1 type of ingredient. It's fascinating, the great ingredient I use. Okay, I need a potion that will put me in a berserker state before battle. Do you have anything like that? Only a weak potion will work here. What? Okay, if you're gonna go into a rage, why not go hard? Like, just go hard or go home type thing, okay? Okay. I won't be mad enough to break walls. Why not? Okay, let me see here. I'm trying to see if I had anything that went... That's kind of okay. See, I feel like that was pushing it. It's sharp, but it's not as sharp as I'd like it to be. Maybe... this. Does he have a... no, he doesn't have a material equipment. Okay, so he doesn't have like a requirement on how much materials he wants to use. Let me see about... We'll see. We'll see when we get there. I'm kind of playing with fire with this little section here. I think you could also have like different spoons too. Like, not because we need different spoons, but just for aesthetics. You know, just for aesthetics. I just want to. I would like a gold spoon or a silver spoon. Just cause. I have no other reason other than just cause. This might be pushing my luck quite a bit. Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna go down just because I want to get these books while we're here. There we go. There we go. Man, did you groom your beard that way, or is it just that you got struck by lightning? Like, is it just a aesthetic type of thing? Or is it, you know... Like, is it just that you have a... Oh my god, that's a lot of things. Just kind of like a permanent cowlick all over your face. I don't know if that's what... I don't know what a cowlick is. I was told I had a cowlick as a kid. I don't know... Like, when they talk about my hair and stuff, I don't know. And personally, I don't care. I'm not balding, that's all I don't care about. Honestly, here's the thing though. I used to be terrified of the idea of being bald as a kid, because I'm a girl. And, being bald as a girl was, like, the worst thing, because it either meant two things. Well, actually, it meant three things. It either meant that you did something to your hair, like an irresponsible person, like putting gum in it, dyeing it poorly. Your parents were abusive. Or you had cancer and you were going to die. That's not a joke. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. We had one girl in my class. I hated her parents because they cut her hair like a boy. And they would cut her hair in a bowl cut, right? Not just a bowl cut, not like just cute Dora the Explorer level bowl cut, right? They would cut her a bowl cut at her ears, shave the back of her neck, and like that part of her head, and she'd look like one of the Stooges, or like a military uniform, like a military like haircut. And like during the summer when she was on spring break, and they shaved her head bald too. Now granted, she told me that she asked for that one because it was really hot and her hair was sticking to her and stuff. But she was content with that. But the other ones, she did not like. And I despised it because their excuse for not cutting her hair like a girl was because they had 3 boys and they didn't want a girl. They wanted a 4th boy. So they just treated her like she was just a 4th boy. Ticked me off. Like, don't get me wrong, I would like to have a son because I think little boys, seeing them grow up would be really funny because I've grown up in a house full of daughters. But if I have a daughter, you better bet your britches I'm getting her everything she desires within reason, right? Like, for instance, if my daughter turns out to be the pretty princess who likes makeup and I'm not rolling to makeup myself, you better believe I'll be getting her makeup or getting her, like, tea sets and stuff. I would treat her as a lady if that's what she wants to be treated as. She wants to be a tomboy? I'm all for that, too. But I don't like that when there are situations where girls want to be girly and they get taught that, oh, you don't matter because we didn't want you. All right, that was something I'd seen a lot have happened in my area, in my, like, hometown. So I hated it. I also hated it when it was the opposite, when you had a son and you treated him like he was dirt and because you wanted a daughter. That was also a thing that happened. It was very rare compared to the daughter thing in my hometown. But we had one guy who did that, and he came out to be very girly, like in the sense that he liked like makeup, and he acted like a girl, like he moved his hands. A lot of people thought he was gay for a long time because he was very flamboyant, but he was straight. Like he was a straight guy when he got into high school, but he spent a lot of time around his mother and his sister, and he took their mannerisms. Like, as he got older, he still had those mannerisms. But, like, he was a cool dude. I thought he was cool as a kid and as a teenager and stuff, so I didn't really care. But it really bothered him because he said that when he got to teenager years, he really wished he'd had, his father had been more present. I can't remember if his father was not in the picture, or if his father was the main breadwinner and just wasn't there all the time. I think he was the main breadwinner and just wasn't present. Because when he got to be a teenager, his dad retired, I think. I might be mixing two different kids up. But I think he retired from his task, and he still worked, but he did it from home, and so he got to spend more time with his son. You know. But, anyway. I don't like it when people will try to take what their gender dysphoria onto their kid, right? Especially when they're teenagers. Like, when she was a little kid, she said that when they cut her hair, it made sense because she would get it stuck in everything. She'd get hair, like gum stuck in her hair because she used to sleep with gum in her mouth, she said. But she's a teenager now, and that's not an issue anymore, and they were still cutting her hair like a bowl cut. Disrespectful. You know it was bad when other girls in my PE class were teaching her how to be a woman. Oh, that ticked me off even more, because she had a present mom, too, right? She was in the bathroom crying at one point over her periods. Like, she was having cramps, and she had bled through her britches, and she didn't have any backup clothes, she didn't have any PE clothes, and she was just crying in the bathroom. And it happens to us all. If you're a lady, it happens to every single one of us at one point or another, okay? You bleed through, it happens. But what ended up happening is one of the girls let her borrow her pants because they were stretchy. And then the other one asked her if she had any pads on her, and she said she didn't because she wasn't planning on starting, hence the bleeding through. So she ended up having not one, not two, but 6 different pads given to her by 6 different girls, including myself, who had backups. And she's like, oh my goodness, I don't need this many. And they're like, yes, you will. Because, like, she'd had her period for a while, so she knew, like, herself. But everyone's like, well, then you have pads today, tomorrow, and maybe a little after, right? She, like, didn't have any at home at the moment because her mom had went through menopause and so didn't have a period anymore. So she had to remind her mom all the time to get her pads. That wasn't normally an issue, except that this wasn't a planned thing. So she borrowed her pants from one of the other girls. She borrowed sweatpants, told the teacher why she was wearing sweatpants because 2 girls went with her and told her that she had bled through her pants. You're not supposed to be doing PE in sweatpants. We were supposed to have shorts, like shorts that went down to our fingertips. Like, they had, like, a measurement based on your fingertips. I always liked having mine to my knees, which is a little farther than my fingertips, but it was more comfortable for me. But, you weren't supposed to have them past your knees, unless your arms went past your knees. Because they based it on where your fingers fell on your leg. But because of this circumstance, the teacher, obviously being a female coach, turned a blind eye and just told her that if she got too hot to sit down, because obviously she's wearing sweatpants. So we got her pads, we got her pants, and she was crying, very afterwards relieved, and no one made fun of her. No one even mentioned that she'd bled through her pants at all. The only reason anyone found out was that she told people the next day when she came back about how nice everyone was about it. Because no one brought it up. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't her fault. It was an accident. But she was crying and having a meltdown and talking about how she just doesn't have this thing. And the other girls, why she's changing and getting herself ready, are having girl talk with her. They're talking about makeup and lip gloss, and they're trying to make her feel better and calm her down because she's clearly distressed. And even I'm over there, even though I don't normally engage with girl talk and makeup and stuff, are over there talking about different things. We're trying to talk over her as she's changing, not like in a like ignoring her thing. I don't know if men do this, but I know girls do this. Whenever something embarrassing happens to a girl, especially when it's like something like their period, throwing up, blood, whatever the case may be, we'll talk like to each other about it, but we will completely ignore the problem that's happening right then until they have collected themselves. You okay? So welcome back, by the way. So while she's getting herself cleaned up, collected, controlled, she is still sniffling in the thing. Anytime she says something, everyone would turn to her, their attention to her through the door, because she's got like she's in a stall while the rest of us are outside the stall chattering. So anytime she would say something, we would all immediately turn to her, add her into the conversation, and then continue on. This is a distraction tactic I've seen a lot more women do than men. It's in order to make the situation less awkward by making it seem like nothing bad's going on and being supportive at the same time. I don't even know what they would call it, but it's really sweet. It's also a really good indication that the women around you are supporting you. Now, there may be something similar to what boys do in that regard. Like maybe they never bring it up again, but girls will act like it's just another Tuesday. I have had a girl do small talk while another girl was barfing in a bag that the girl that was doing small talk was holding. She was holding the bag, looking away, and having a conversation about whatever was going on and trying to talk over the barfing. Because the girl who's barfing her guts out can't stop barfing, obviously, and she is embarrassed out of her mind. But because she's talking over it and no one's looking at the bag and everyone's paying attention to her, the one talking, and keeping the other, and rubbing the one's back, they make it. They normalize it. It's a really weird social way of normalizing. This is happening. We know this is happening. We're gonna ignore the awkwardness of this and just have a casual conversation about whatever comes to mind. I see it happen more often times in the bathroom with women, or within distress or any vulnerable situations. It's hilarious and it's sweet as can be. Anywho, so she was having a moment like this. We got her all set up, got her uncry, stop crying. She was red in the face. A lot of the other girls looked at her and says, "You can't go out like that." So they cleaned her up and they put a little makeup under her eyes so that it wasn't as obvious that she had been crying. I left at that point because I didn't know anything about makeup and I didn't need to be in their way. And I went to go tell the coach that we were delayed for reasons. And then then the two other girls that I mentioned that went up there and explained what happened to coach in much more nicer ways, Anywho, but I thought it was really, it's really awful for you to ignore your child's emotional gender needs in those regards. If your daughter wants to be girly, and this classmate of mine wanted to be girly when she got into high school, middle school range, I felt like it was neglect and child abuse that her mother, the female in her family, would treat her like a nuisance and a burden and not like her blessed daughter. Because I don't care if you don't like the gender of your kid, you have a responsibility to that kid to do everything in your power to empower them in whatever way they want to be, And it really irritates me with that, especially with when it's based off the gender dysphoria bit and not just is it gender dysphoria? There's or gender disappointment for parents. There's a different word for parents versus kids who have their own hormonal issues. But yeah, if you have disappointments about what your kid's gender turned out to be, that's not on the kid. If you were so particular about your kid and what you wanted gender-wise, you should A, adopt it, or B, you should have had them go and genetically test tube your baby, where they can make those decisions themselves on that matter. I know some people don't like designer babies like that, and I get it. I don't personally agree with it myself, as far as I would never do it. But it is useful if you've got genetic disorders in the family that you can kind of weed out, which gives people the chance to be parents without risking that. But honestly, if it sounds bad, it's not as bad as it sounds. If you feel like you would be a bad parent in that regard, and you're going to be that way, like I said, adopt or cater your kid to where it's that way so that you don't have to worry about like that. Because no kid deserves to grow up in a house feeling like a second-class citizen because of what's between their legs or what they prefer or are interested in. It's just not fair. Anyways, we're gonna switch videos. Sorry, I was kind of rambling on a little bit. We're gonna switch videos and go to the second part of this.